Donald Trump is getting support from all kinds of places, including white supremacists. Former KKK Grand Wizard David Duke is supporting him, citing, among other things, Trump's stance on immigration. The Anti-Defamation League has called on Trump to condemn Duke and other racist groups' support, something Trump failed to do when Jake Tapper asked him about it on CNN's State of the Union this weekend. Tapper pressed him on it 3 times. Each time, Trump said he knew nothing about David Duke. Fast forward to the Today Show this morning. Trump took 2 different approaches, one saying he had disavowed Duke before, which in fact he had at a press conference on Friday, and also years before as well, calling him a racist and a bigot. He also blamed his answers on a, quote, lousy earpiece on Tapper's show. Now, as you saw in our last hour, I asked Donald Trump's wife, Melania, about it when I spoke to her earlier today. I'm sure you know there was an interview he gave yesterday where Jake Tapper was asking him about David Duke, disavowing him, the KKK. And he didn't disavow. He had done it previously several days before, and he's now put out a statement saying...
Well, he disavowed many times. He disavowed press conference on Friday. So I don't know why media needs to asking so many times, because he disavowed.
When you saw that interview, did you think that's going to be a problem?
I don't think so, because they were asking him about the groups, and he said, I don't know about the groups, what you're talking about the groups. So he disavowed so many times. So media just bringing up all the time.
So just be clear, Donald Trump disavowed Duke at a news conference on Friday. It does then raise questions why 2 days later he claimed to not know who David Duke was. Was it a brain freeze? Was it a faulty earpiece? Was it something else? It's really up for you to decide. This is all bringing new attention to another group of people who have come out to support Donald Trump that CNN reported on several weeks ago. Robocalls from a white nationalist group started to flood early voting states like Iowa, New Hampshire, and Vermont before their votes. Now the same group is expanding its robocalls to some Super Tuesday states. The message? CNN's Drew Griffin lets you listen in.
This is the Super Tuesday message Trump's white nationalist supporters are making in their robocalls ahead of tomorrow's vote.
The American National Super PAC makes this call to support Donald Trump. I am William Johnson, a farmer and white nationalist. The white race is dying out in America and Europe because we are afraid to be called racist. I'm afraid to be called racist. Donald Trump is not a racist, but Donald Trump is not afraid. Don't vote for a Cuban, vote for Donald Trump.
The American National Super PAC is a confederation of white nationalists across the U.S. Jared Taylor is the online editor of AmRan, the outlet of one of these groups called the American Renaissance.
Most white people would prefer to live in majority white neighborhoods and send their children to majority white schools. And deep in their bones, they are deeply disturbed by an immigration policy that is making the United States majority non-white. And so when Donald Trump talks about sending out all the illegals, building a wall, and a moratorium on Islamic immigration, that's very appealing to a lot of ordinary white people.
Taylor, who says he is a white advocate, not a supremacist, thinks whites should live with whites, blacks should live with blacks.
Why should we want more Muslims? Muslims have been a terrible problem for Europe. And here, they want to pray 5 times a day, stop the assembly line. They want foot baths before they go to prayer. They want women-only swimming pool hours. And some of them want to kill us. Why should anyone want more Muslims in the United States?
Many of the things that you are saying, people would interpret as vile and racist.
They can call me all the names they like. But what I'm saying is natural, normal, and healthy.
Do you think that Donald Trump wants your support?
I don't know whether he wants it or not. I think he wants support from everyone. Whether or not he would agree with me is an entirely other matter. Remember, it is I who am supporting Donald Trump, not Donald Trump who's supporting me.
Late this afternoon, the Trump campaign sent CNN this statement saying Mr. Trump nor the campaign have knowledge of this group or the calls being made. We immediately disavow all related activity. To be clear, the American National Super PAC says it has nothing to do with the official Trump campaign and has no communication with Donald Trump. Its white nationalist members just like Trump and are willing to support him, whether the candidate welcomes them or not.
Just to button this up,
yes,
all those views that you hold,
right,
Donald Trump's your man.
Well, he is the best man so far.
So this guy says he's the best candidate so far. What does he believe Donald Trump will do as president that he's so excited about?
First, this guy we interviewed complained about an earlier story saying we misspoke about what he believes. He doesn't believe we should get rid of Muslims. He just doesn't want any more Muslims. He wrote us a letter to tell us we should show that distinction to our viewers, so there you go. What he believes Donald Trump will do is he will send away all illegal immigrants, he will build a wall on the border with Mexico, and he will stop all Islamic immigration, at least temporarily. That's why they are supporting him. That's why they say Donald Trump is their man.
And just to be clear, the Trump campaign has said, look, we don't know anything about this group. We completely disavow what they're saying. I mean, is this a big group? Are these groups big? Because, I mean, any group can sort of glom onto a candidate to try to get publicity, to try to raise money, and that very well may be what this group is trying to do.
And believe me, these groups are getting publicity that they would have never gotten, just based on they live on their websites. We really don't know. They believe their group, they claim their group's hundreds of thousands strong. We have no way of knowing that. They base that on how many people go to their websites. The fact is we could be...
Which is a ridiculous metric.
Of course. The fact is we could be dealing with a very, very small group of people who've collected enough money to put on these robocalls, which is very cheap to do. But they are getting these robocalls out now, state after state after state. They are moving with this campaign.
Yeah, disturbing calls to get, no doubt about it. Drew Griffin, thanks very much.